guys? It is me, SearingSorrow, and I'm back with another bad fanfiction reading of After by Anatod / Imaginator1D / AKA Imagination Movers. You gotta think about 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 it. And today, you're going into chapters 48 and 49. Holy crap. Like I said, we are about halfway through this thing. And after that, man, I bet things are gonna get almost kind of ugly. I don't see or hear Harry in the shower at all, so I hope he didn't go off somewhere with those girls. He didn't even bring any clothes with him, so if he does shower, he would just be putting on dirty clothes. Harry could wear clothes matted with mud and still look better than any guy I've ever seen. Boy, Tessa, what have you been seeing? Except Noah, I remind myself. So she admits Noah is good looking. Okay. I dry off and put my clothes on and make my way back into my room. I'm relieved to find Harry sitting on my bed. He is shirtless and his hair is still wet. I close my mouth to make sure my tongue isn't hanging out panting. My loose purple shirt and jeans seem silly compared to a snug black jeans and bare skin. At least I am wearing my tight jeans. Oh my god, like I said, this whole thing is not gonna end well. This whole car trip is not going to be well. But yeah. Just okay. Took you long enough, he says and lays back. His muscles constrict as he lifts his arms back behind his head. You're supposed to be nice to me, remember? I say, and walk over to Steph's closet and open the door to reveal the mirror. Grabbing Steph's makeup bag, I sit myself down and cross my legs in front of it. I am being nice. I stay quiet as I try to apply a little makeup. After 3 attempts of making a straight line on my top eyelid, I check the eyeliners at the mirror and Harry laughs. You don't need it anyway, Harry tells me. I like it, I defend, and he rolls his eyes. Fine. Fine, we can just sit here all day while you try to color on your face. He says, so much for nice, Harry. See, I told you this wasn't ending well. He catches on and apologizes to me while I wipe my eyes off, giving up the makeup routine. I'm ready, I tell him, and he stands up. Are you going to put a shirt on? I ask him, and he shakes his head. Yeah, I have one in my trunk. I remember at the stream how he pulled a t-shirt out of his trunk then too. I was right. He must have an endless supply in there. I don't want to think about the reason behind it. True to his word, he pulls a plain black t-shirt out of the trunks and pulls it over his head. Stop staring and gets in the car, he teases me. I stutter in denial and a blush. I like when you wear white shirts. The words are out before I can process them. He cocks his head sideways and gives me a smug grin. Is that so? He raises his eyebrow. Well, I like you in those jeans. They show off your butt wonderfully. Your butt! He says, and my mouth drops. Harry and his dirty words. He takes in my reaction and laughs. I swatted him playfully, mentally pat myself in the back for wearing those jeans. I want Harry to look at me even though I would never admit it, and I am flattered by his strange way of complimenting me. So, where to? He asks, and I pull out my phone. I read him a list of car lots within a 5-mile radius and tell him about a few of the reviews on each. You plan things way too much, so we aren't going to any of those places, he says. Yes, we are. I already have this plan. There is a Prius that I want to see at Bob's Supercars. I tell him and cringe at the cheesy name. A Prius, he spits. Yeah, they have the best gas mileage and they are safe and boring. I knew somehow you would want a Prius. You just screamed lady with a plan and a Prius. He says in a fake woman's voice. voice, and I laugh with him. Jeez! Oh, so he would rather see her in a Mustang or something. Seems legit. Okay. Tease me all you want, but I will save hundreds on gas every year. I remind him, and he leans over and pokes my cheek. I look over at him, shocked by him doing such a small but adorable thing, and he looks as surprised as I do that he did that. You're cute sometimes, he tells me, and I look out of the window. Gee, thanks. I mean that in a nice way, like sometimes you do cute things, he mutters. The words seem uncomfortable on his tongue, and I know he isn't used to saying things like this. Okay, I say and look out the window again. Every second I spend with Harry increases my feelings for him. It's dangerous for me to allow these small, seemingly meaningless moments to occur, but I don't have the control of the situation when Harry is involved. I'm merely a passerby to the storm. Harry ends up driving to Bob's, and I thank him. I don't want when things don't go as planned, which is happening much more lately. Bob is a sweaty and over-gelled man who smells like nicotine and leather. His smile is equipped with a gold tooth, and Harry stands. Will hovers over him, making faces when he isn't looking. The little man seems to be intimidated by Harry's harsh appearance, but I don't blame him. I take one look at the Prius and decide against it. I have a feeling at the moment I drove off the lot, it would have broken down, and Bob has a strict no-return policy. We visit a few more lots, and they are all equally as trashy. After hours of countless balding men, I decide to halt the search for a car. I will have to go further away from campus for a decent car, and I just don't feel like it today. We decide to get some lunch through the drive-thru, and we eat in the car. And Harry surprisingly tells me a good story about when Zane got arrested for puking all over the floor inside Wendy's last year. Zed got arrested for puking over the floor in Wendy's. Ew! Ew! And then he's gonna be like, bleh! And then Zed's gonna be like, bleh! And then he's gonna be, and then he's gonna be. The day is going better than I could have imagined, and for once I feel like we could both make it through the semester without killing one another. On our way back to campus, we pass by a cute little frozen yogurt bar, and I beg Harry to stop. He groans and acts like he doesn't want to, but I see the hint of a smile behind his sour features. Harry tells me to sit, and he gets our yogurt for us, piling on every candy and cookie imaginable. It looks disgusting, but he convinces me that it is the only way to get your money's worth. As gross as it looks, it is delicious. I can't even finish half of mine, but Harry happily clears his bowl, and the remainder are mine. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh, I'm looking at the comments. I puked, oh my word, out of said LMAO. Just funny back when I was little. And that White Castle. I threw up at Wendy's before. I can't stop thinking of that literature class scene. Oh yeah, the Art, the Pride and Prejudice argument. That's iconic. I once threw up over some people at Best Buy's because they wouldn't let me use their bathroom. Is it really a crime? Why would you be arrested for puking? I know, like, who gets arrested for puking? Ew. That's what I thought the last time. Once I threw up in line for the cashier at Foreman Mills. Oh, I read kissing instead of killing. I didn't know you get arrested for throwing up, but definitely no. I've never puked on the floor in public, but I puked violently on an old lady's floor, and she was so scared she was shaking. I believe that's equivalent. LOL. Can't you really get arrested for puking? Ew. Yeah. If this was true, I would have had a life sentence by now. Once I puked over the whole floor at Denny's. At Dennis, but I didn't get arrested. Oh no. Oh my god. Public intoxication. Context clues throughout the story would lead you to believe that Zane was drunk inside Wendy's and that's why he threw up and ultimately got arrested. I puked on McDonald's before, it was so funny. Guys, it will be that he was drunk in public and not that he was arrested for puking. So she was talking about getting through the semester with Harry, which she promised her boyfriend Noah she would stay away from him. Tessa, you're pissing me off. I know, right? Okay, but I'm thinking about the whole, getting arrested over puking and then people are talking about their stories of, puking. Oh my god. And then it's just... Oh my god. Bro, if he liked that clean, imagine what else he could. Jeez, like he is just it's by weight. It's by weight, you fat butt. Harry stays lean, yet he eating all that candy. Wait for him to gain some weight, and then he's gonna eat so much of it, and then he's gonna end up on my 600-pound life, and then Tessa's gonna end up getting away from him. Harry, a man's voice says. Harry's head snaps and his eyes narrow. Was that an accent I heard? He is holding a bag and a drink carrier full of yogurt. Hey, he says, and the man smiles. I know immediately that the man is Harry's father. He is tall and lean, like Harry, and has the same shaped eyes, only his are deep brown instead of green. Other than that, they are polar opposites. His father is dressed in gray dress pants and a sweater vest. His brown hair has some gray scattered across the sides, and he looks very professional. Until he smiles, that is. His smile is warm like Harry's when he isn't putting so much effort into being a jerk. Hi, I am Tessa, I politely say, and reach my hand out. Harry glares at me, but I ignore him. It's not like he was going to introduce me. Hello, Tessa. I am Ken, Harry's father, he says, and shakes my hand. Harry, you never told me you had a girlfriend. You two should come over for dinner tonight. Karen will make a nice meal for everyone. She's an excellent cook. I want to tell him that I am not Harry's girlfriend, but Harry speaks. We can't come tonight. I have a party to go to, and she doesn't want to come. He snaps. Jeez, let the lady speak for herself! A gasp escapes from my lips at the way Harry speaks to his father. His father's face drops, and I feel terrible for him. Actually, I would love to. I'm friends with Liam, too. I tell the sad man, and his friendly smile reappears. You are? Well, that is great. Liam's a nice kid. I would like to have you over tonight. Hey, Ken says, and I smile. What time should we be there? I ask, and I feel Harry's eyes blazing at me. We? His father asks, and I nod. Okay, let's do 7. I need to give Karen a few hours warning, or she will have my head. He laughs, and I join him. Harry stares angrily out of the glass wall. Sounds great. We will see you tonight, I tell him. He says goodbye to Harry, who ignores him rudely despite me kicking his foot under the table. After his dad exits the building, Harry stands up abruptly and slams the chair back into the table. It topples over and he kicks it before pushing open the door and leaving me alone to deal with everyone's stares. I clumsily pick up the chair and he knocks over and run after him. So he basically threw a temper tantrum. Wow. I call out his name, but he ignores me until he gets halfway into the car. He turns around so quickly that I almost crash into him. What the hell? What the heck, Tessa? What the heck was that? He screams at me. People walking by start to stare, but he continues. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Chapter 49. What kind of game are you trying to play here? Harry yells and moves towards me. He is angry, beyond angry. See, I told you this wasn't gonna end well. Both the whole trip thing that they have. I told you it wasn't gonna end well. So why did you bother going? No idea. I am not playing a game, Harry. Did you see how much he wanted you to come over? He was trying to reach out to you, and you were so disrespectful. I'm not sure why I'm yelling back at him, but I refuse to stand here while he shouts at me. Reach out for me? Are you freaking kidding me? Maybe he should have reached out to me when I was a kid instead of abandoning his family. The vein in his neck is strained under his skin. Stop cussing at me! Maybe he is trying to make up for lost time. People make mistakes, Harry, and he obviously cares about you. He has the room for you at his house, full of clothes just in case you ever decide to come over. I remind him and he shudders with anger. You don't know chiz about him, Tessa. He lives in a freaking mansion with his new family while my mum works her butt off working 50 hours a week to pay her bills. So don't try to lecture me. Mind your own darn business. He snaps and gets into the car. Fine, Harry, I will do my own business, but I'm going tonight whether you go or not. I say equally as harsh and climb into his car. So much for our argument-free day. I knew the idea was not plausible, but I had hoped it could be. As in, that should have been a warning sign. Get away from him. This back and forth, they fight, they become nice to each other, they fight again, be nice to each other, fight, nice, fight, nice, fight, nice, fight, nice. What is happening? Fight! Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, so much. No, you are not! He grabs his door handle and slams the door closed. If I had known accepting his father's invitation would lead to this, I wouldn't have done it. But Harry needs to understand that I will not be yelled at and told what to do. That's one redeeming quality I give my mother credit for. She showed me exactly how not to be treated by a man. You have no say in what I do. In case you didn't notice, I was invited. Maybe I should see if Zane wants to join me. I am completely unaware that I'm being childish, and mentioning Zane is a sure way to get Harry to overreact. Oh, like now, it's obvious I pushed him too far when Harry jerks the steering wheel and pulls onto the shoulder on the busy road. Oh, he would have crashed the car by then. What did you just say? The dirt and dust is flying all over his white car. What the heck is wrong with you? Pulling off the road like this? I'm just as angry as he is by this point. Being around him makes me insane, I'm sure of it. Then get away from him. Leave him. Christ. What the heck is wrong with you? What the heck is wrong with you is the question. You tell my dad I will go to his house for dinner, then you have the audacity to mention bringing Zane. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot your cool friends don't know that Liam is your stepbrother, and you're afraid they will find out, I taunt him. Oh no. He is not my stepbrother for one, and two, you know that isn't why I don't want Zane there. His voice is much lower now, laced with anger. Through my own anger, that ridiculous bubble of hope inflates again, and Harry's jealousy. I know it's more of a competition thing for him than actually caring whether I am with someone else, but it still makes my stomach flutter all at the same time. Even my common sense is impaired by Harry. Well, you won't go with me, so I will have to invite him, I say, faking an innocent smile. I would never actually invite Zane to Harry's father's house, but he doesn't need to know that. Tessa, I really don't want to go. I don't want to sit around with my dad's perfect family. I avoid them for a reason. He sighs, and I detect a hint of vulnerability that is his master at hiding. Well, I don't want to force you to go if it will hurt you, but I would really like if you could come with me. I'm going either way. He invited me, and the look on his face was too much to turn down. I'm sorry. My voice is soft now as I try to defuse the situation. Harry and I have gone from eating yogurt to screaming at each other and back to calm again. My head is spinning. It has been since I had met him. You went from eating yogurt to screaming at each other. Oh my god. They went from, fighting to getting together to fighting to getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. Oh my god, this is just stupid. This is so stupid. Where's the plot? Nothing is happening. It's just them arguing. I won't be surprised if this happens for the rest of the story. Good for the rest of this fanfiction. Good God. At least my immortal was funny bad. And, in some aspects, Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles was hilarious. And also really bad to the point it pissed you off. But this is super ridiculous. Hurt me, he sounds incredulous. Yeah, if it would bother you, that's that much to be there. I won't try to make you come. I just thought it was a good idea, but I see now that you don't agree. I meet his eyes and he quickly looks away. I know I could never make Harry do anything, but he doesn't want to do, and he has no history of ever being cooperative, so why bother? Why would you care if it hurt me? He brings his green eyes back to mine, and I try to look away, but once again, I am under his spell. Of course I would care. Why wouldn't I? Why would you, is the question. He runs a hand over his hair, and the look of his eyes gives me the idea he's pleading with me, like he wants me to say the words, but I can't. He will use them against me, and he probably won't ever want to hang out with me again. I will become the annoying girl who likes him, just like the girl Steph told me about. I refuse to be one of them. I want to be more, but I know that won't happen either, so I'd like to keep a little dignity. I care about how you feel. I hope the answer is good enough for him. It is all that I am ready to say. Interrupting my embarrassing confession, my phone rings and I reach down and pull it out of my purse. Noah's name and photo flashes on the screen without thinking. I hit ignore before I realize what I'm doing. Who is it? Harry asks. He is so nosy. I know. Noah, you are not going to answer? He looks surprised. He should be. I should be. No, we are talking, and I would rather talk to you, my subconscious adds. Oh, he shortly responds, his smile evident. So are you going to come with me? It's been a while since I've had a home-cooked meal, so I'm not passing it up. I smile. The mood in the car is lighter, but tense all at the same time. No, I'm not. I have plans anyway. He mutters. I don't want to know if those plans involve Molly. I try not to dwell on them, but I can't seem to help it. Oh, okay. Are you going to be mad at me if I go? It's strange for me to go to Harry's father's house without him, but Liam is my friend too, and I was invited. I'm always mad at you, Tess, he says, and I laugh. What the heck? I'm always mad at you too, I agree with him. It sure does seem like that way. Can we go now? Can we go now? If a cop comes along, we will get a ticket, I remind him, and he nods, putting the car into drive and pulling back onto the road. I'm relieved that our fight ended before it got too out of hand. What are your plans today? I ask. I promised myself that I wouldn't ask, but I have to know. Why are you asking? I can feel his eyes on me, but I focus on staring out of the window. Interestingly, why are you this curious? And then again, Harden does the same thing for you. What the heck? What up with that? I'm just wondering. You said you had plans anyway, so I was just wondering. We have a party tonight, again. That is basically what I do every Friday and Saturday, except last night and last Saturday. Doesn't it get old, just doing the same thing every weekend with the same drunk people? I hope that doesn't offend him, but I'm genuinely curious. Tessa, you always study on the weekends! Jesus Christ! Yeah, I guess it does, but we're in college, and I'm in a fraternity. What else is there to do? He raises a brow at me. I still can't connect Harry Styles and fraternity in my mind. Harden Scott! I don't know. I don't know. It just seems tedious to clean up everyone's mess every weekend, especially when you don't even drink. It is, but I haven't found anything better to do with my time, so he trails off. I know he's looking at me, but I keep my eyes away from him. The rest of the drive is quiet, not awkward, just quiet. Well, thanks for taking me even though I didn't find a car. I appreciate you driving me. I tell him, and he parks in front of the dorms. Yeah, no problem. He rubs the back of his neck with his hand. I try to think of an excuse why he should come in, just so I could spend more time with him, but I know there isn't one, and I'm beginning to worry about my growing attachment to him. Bye, Harry, I call back and he waves me off. I'm flustered and my emotions are in overdrive. I just spent the night and most of the afternoon with Harry and we got along mostly. It was actually a lot of fun, and I'm so sad it ended. Why can't I just have a great time with someone who actually likes me? Like Noah, for example. I know I should call him back, but I want to rebel in the way I feel right now. I want to savor the way my blood feels when it's buzzing through my veins. I want to feel young and excited for just a little while longer. When I get back to my room, I am surprised to see Steph there. She usually stays gone all the weekend. Where have you been? Where have you been, young lady? She teases and shoves a handful of cheese popcorn in her mouth. I laugh and take my shoes off before plopping onto the bed. I was looking for a car. I leave out Harry's involvement. The last thing I want to do is answer her questions. Did you find one? She asks, handing me a bag of popcorn. I shake my head and shove a handful of the popcorn in my mouth. While I'm explaining the events of the day, sans Harry, of course, there's a knock at the door and Harry gets up to answer. What are you doing here, Harry? She growls. Why is he back? I glance up nervously and he walks over to my bed. He has both his hands shoved into his pockets and he is rocking back and forth on the heels of his boots. Did I forget something in your car? I ask, ignoring the not-so-subtle gasp from Steph. I have to explain to her later. I am not even sure how we ended up hanging out, so I need to come up with an excuse. No, I just thought maybe I could drive you to dinner tonight, since you didn't find a car, he stutters, surprising me by the nervous tone of his voice. He doesn't seem to mind or notice that Steph is standing in the room with her jaw practically on the floor. No, that's okay. I just thought I would offer, he adds. I sit up and he pulls his lip ring between his teeth. I love when he does that, and it distracts me for a moment. That mixed with the surprise of his offer makes me forget to answer him for a few moments. Yeah, that would be great, thank you. He smiles back, a warm and seemingly relieved smile. One in his hand pulls out of his pocket and he sweeps his hair back with it before stuffing it back in. Okay, what time should I be there? 6:30. Okay, we'll see you then. Okay, see you then, he says and turns on his heel. Thank you, Harry, I call as he reaches the floor. Tessa, he calmly responds before walking out of the door, pulling it shut behind him. What the? That reminds me of the scene Anastasia, Christian from 50 Shades of Grey before the elevator door closes. Oh my god. Jeez, what up with that? What the heck was that? Steph squeals. I don't know, actually, I admit. As soon as I think Harry could not get any more confusing, he does something like this. I don't know why he would want to drive me, but I'm sure I will find out his intentions soon enough. All I can do is hope for the best, I suppose. I can't believe that just happened. I mean, Harry, the way he came in here, he was like nervous or something. Oh my god, and he offered to drive you to dinner. Wait, who are you going to dinner with? And you thought you left something in his car, which means you have been in his car today? Or was he talking about yesterday? How did I miss so much? I need details. She rambles and takes a seat at the edge of my small bed. I explained to her how he showed up here last night and watched a movie and he fell asleep. Then we went to look at car stay. I leave out all the details about his dad, and I'm thankful because she's pleased enough with all the other details from today and last night that she doesn't even ask again. I can't believe he stayed here. That is a huge deal. Like, Harry doesn't just stay at places ever, and he never lets anyone stay with him. I heard he has nightmares or something. I don't know, but seriously, what have you done with him? I wish I would have recorded the way he looked when he just came here. Steph laughs, and she's obviously very interested in my friendship with Harry. I don't have the slightest clue on what is going on, what to call this weird doing. I don't think this is a good idea, but you seem to handle him way better than most. Just be careful, she warns again. I get the feeling she has more to say, but she fills her mouth with popcorn again. I know, man, like I said, Steph's correct. I'm with Steph here. Like, Steph knows something's up. Something is fishy. What have I done to him? Nothing, Charlie. He just isn't used to being nice, and for some reason he is being nice to me. Maybe just to prove a point that he can. I'm not sure if I think about it longer than 30 seconds, it gives me a headache. I bring up Tristan and she takes the conversation from there. I try to pay attention to her stories from last night's party, how Molly ended up shirtless, go figure. Molly! Louis beat Nal in a drunk arm wrestling match. Ooh. Introducing first, Nal! And introducing Louis! She swears it was one of those things that are much funnier than when you were there. My thoughts drift back to Harry, of course, and I check the clock to make sure I have enough time to get ready for tonight. It is 4 o'clock now, so I should be getting ready at 5. Step 30 and is ecstatic when I ask her to do my hair and makeup. I'm not sure why I'm putting such effort into looking okay for a family dinner that I really shouldn't be going to, but I do anyway. She puts light makeup on me. You can barely tell it is there, but it looks great. Natural but pretty, and she curls my hair the way she did yesterday. Was that just yesterday? It seems like much more time has passed. I decide to wear my maroon dress, despite Steph's attempts to have me wear something from her closet. My maroon dress is familiar and conservative. It is my favorite. At least wear the lace tights underneath, or let me cut the sleeves off it, she groans. Fine, give me the lace tights, I guess. This isn't that bad, though. It is form-fitting, I defend my dress. I know, it's just boring, she says, crinkling her nose. Steph finally smiles when I put on the tights and agree to wear high heels. I still have a pair of Tom's tucked in my purse from yesterday, so I keep them there just in case. I am more nervous for the ride to his father's house than the actual dinner. I fidget with the tights and walk around the room a few times before Harry finally knocks on the room. Steph gives me a strange smile and I open the door. Then I pull the door open. Wow, Tessa, you look you look nice, he mumbles, and I smile. Since when does he say in every sentence? You two have fun, Steph says and winks. Harry flips her off. Oh no! And she returns the vulgar gesture and closes the door in her face. Ow! Harry and I climb into the car, and he turns the radio on, but keeps the volume low. I'm beginning to feel nervous for dinner, but the drive is awkward and Harry is acting strange. I don't know why you got all dressed up just to go out to my friend with my dad's, but I'm not even going. It's weird. He snaps out of nowhere. I roll my eyes and mentally bang my head against the window. I knew his nice behavior wouldn't last. Oh, this back and forth thing. Ugh. So you're finished, and we are now halfway through the story. Holy crap, man. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bye guys.